Yes, I was just wondering, how are you feeling about tomorrow's game against Vikingur?
We're feeling very good, very confident. I think we had a fantastic start in this group stage with a big game versus St. Gallen. I think also with a big victory. So we are full of confidence and we want to continue being successful. I think it's a good opportunity for us tomorrow, knowing that Vikingur is a strong team. Physical. I think we watched the last 4 or 5 games, also some qualification games in Europe. Structured, good organized, 3 or 4 players with a big goal threat. But I think we have enough quality to create a lot of troubles for them tomorrow, and in the end also to win the game. That's the aim, of course.
You've started the season in the Uefa League not as well as you would have liked. What is the reason for that?
There are several reasons. One of the reasons is that we are facing also the first time in the history of our organization that we are playing also the first time European football, and that we are playing also the first time of facing the challenge of playing the first time 3 games in a week, knowing that we have one of the youngest teams in Europe, and I think also the youngest team in the Conference League, with a lot of players, not really a lot of football minutes and football experience, but this is exactly what we wanted, and then we know, and we knew then, and we know also that we are a little bit in behind in our own competition. But I think throughout the next weeks and the next months we will also jump and climb also in our competition. So we would love to continue to enjoy Europe and get back on track in our competition. And I'm also there very optimistic that we will.
What do you need to be aware of, in Vikingur's game, look out for?
First of all, it's a away game. We traveled a lot of hours today, so that's something on one side nice. On one side, that's also demanding and challenging. If you see outside, it's a completely new pitch for us, artificial pitch again. The good thing for us, we had this experience just a couple of months ago facing Kilmarnock away, so it's not completely new terrain for us. Knowing that Kilmarnock is, like I mentioned before, for me, very competitive, strong team. Knowing also Vikingur is a very competitive and strong team. Knowing also that they have a big game on Sunday. If I look at the competition, the Icelandic competition and the ranking and the combination of these points, so this is a grand finale on Sunday. But I think they are also cool enough and focused enough to give us the best possible team for tomorrow, and I expect them also the best possible.
Coach, a lot of people were surprised when we saw the squad. Many new names. You can tell us the reason why? Exactly?
Because we have to play also a very important game on Sunday, knowing that we have to travel to Iceland, knowing that this is a very long trip, knowing that we're going to return Friday night back to Brugge, knowing that we're going to have only one session to prepare ourselves best possible for Union. We had to take some decisions in aim how to prepare and be competitive for today, but also how to prepare and how to be fresh for Sunday, knowing that we're going now back since months, and knowing that these also left some scars inside the team. So we need to be careful. We need to prepare the lads best possible also for Sunday, but on the way best possible also for tomorrow. And we will have tomorrow a very strong and also very competitive teams. Yes, I agree that some players are left behind. There are reasons for that in aim to also support and protect them best possible. But again, we're going to have a lot of players tomorrow. They are with a big desire, with a big willingness to show that they deserve to play and they deserve these minutes. And I'm pretty sure they can also take advantage out of those minutes.
The players who stay at home, they are disappointed. It was difficult to convince them to stay at home?
Yes, they are disappointed, and that's exactly the reaction they have to show. I don't think if you go to a player and tell them, look, you will not be in the selection of the European group stage, I don't think that everybody will clap hands and jump of joy, and that's exactly the reaction I was expecting, but also hoping. That shows that those players care. But again, very good discussions and very good and very good conversation with those players and aim to show them also that this is also one way to protect them and to prepare them best possible also for Sunday.
But you don't want to say that competition is more important now for the moment than the Conference League.
Yeah, but if you see our ranking, the colleague mentioned it before, if you see our ranking in competition, then we know that we have to catch up, and then we know that we are missing at least, let's say, to be very kind, 4 or 5 points. With 4 or 5 points more, the reality of the situation in our home competition will be completely different, and because we missed that, and because, like I mentioned it now, I think almost for 3 months, everything is new for us. This playing 3 times in a week, it's new for us as a whole organization, and we know that we have the youngest team in Belgium, the youngest team in Conference League. 70% of our players are still in the development phase. They need also a little bit time to adapt towards to this rhythm. So in the moment, the competition has priority, yes.
Coach, did you see on the data, for example, of the players who stayed in Belgium that it was better for them to stay over there?
Exactly. That's why I was speaking about preparing them best possible, but that's why I'm speaking also protecting them best possible, because you have to go back to back, and you have to go for Thursday, Sunday, and Thursday, knowing that Cercle is high intensity party. We have to prepare those guys also best possible so they can actually deliver, and we showed also in the past. In the recent weeks also with the games of Kent and with the games of St. Gallen, what this team is capable of if we are fresh, and we need this freshness, and you can't have freshness if you're playing almost 20 games in less than 2.5, 3 months. So that's also a kind of protection, yeah.
There will be also surprises on the pitch tomorrow, or you don't want to tell us that?
Yeah, there will be some surprises, but if it's a surprise for you guys, maybe it's also a surprise for the opponent, and maybe it's also a surprise for all of us. But like I said before, Koen, we will have a competitive starting 11 tomorrow, and still some very, very strong and very, very good game changes. So we are here to perform, and we play to win.
Don't you feel like you're taking any risks by leaving very good players, in my opinion, at home? Because you're saying Vikingur is still a good team, obviously.
Yeah, of course, but that's just Axel, to find also the right balance between being competitive for tomorrow, being competitive for Sunday, traveling and leaving Bruges for more than 3 days, and like I said, this is the decision that has to be done, and we did it. So I don't want to spend too much time and too much focus on our players who can't help us tomorrow. We have a lot of players. They will help us tomorrow. So let's just go outside and perform.
Questions for Senna?
In English or in Dutch?
Nederlands.
Nee.
You
Ja.
can speak whatever you want.
Nederlands.
Oh, ja. Dag Senna. Kan je zelf eens uitleggen hoe moeilijk het is om die focus altijd telkens te verleggen van de competitie waarin het dan iets minder goed draait en Europa, waarin jullie wel nog altijd willen presteren?
Eerst en vooral de focus erop leggen op de wedstrijd is op zich niet zo heel moeilijk. Het is nu wel zo de realiteit dat wij in de competitie staan waar dat wij staan, maar het is ook de realiteit dat wij een goede start hebben gehad in de Conference League. Met de wedstrijd van morgen willen we eigenlijk ook wel aantonen dat wij een brede kern hebben en dat de trainer kan rekenen op zijn brede kern. Dus ik weet, er is eigenlijk niet echt een gebrek aan focus op bepaalde wedstrijden. Dus iedereen behandelt de wedstrijden zoals elke wedstrijd. We bereiden de wedstrijden ook altijd op de beste manier voor. Zoals wij deze wedstrijd ook hebben gedaan natuurlijk. Dus ja, het enige is dat de realiteit in de competitie nu zo is en we zijn ons daarvan bewust. En de groep werkt hard om week na week super hard om dat resultaat om te draaien.
Hoe beleef jij zo'n match tegen Dender bijvoorbeeld? Je zat op de bank en dan zie je hoe moeilijk het ook gaat.
Ja, kijk, je hebt ook een beetje momentum nu op dit moment. En ons momentum is nu een beetje dat het geluk een beetje tegen zit. En bijvoorbeeld tegen Dender was dat nu dat ik de binnenkant van de paal raak, maar dan niet binnenkant genoeg. Dus het zijn allemaal een beetje dingen die meespelen. Maar ik ben er ook zeker van als de groep die winning flow terug begint te krijgen. Zeker omdat het ook een jonge groep is, dat heel makkelijk is om er terug in. Allee, het is niet dat we er nu niet in geloven, maar om er weer volop voor te gaan. Dus dat is eigenlijk het doel waar we naar streven.
Jij voelt je geroepen ook om morgen die ploeg op sleeptouw te nemen, want jij moet wel als een van de meer ervaren spelers toch sturen.
Ja, maar onbewust doe ik dat wel een beetje. Ja. Ik ben mij bewust van mijn rol binnen deze groep. Ik help graag waar ik kan helpen. Op het veld, naast het veld, voor mezelf, voor de jongere spelers. En ik doe dat met plezier, maar dat is niet iets wat veel energie van mij vraagt, omdat ik ben zo als persoon. Dus dat is eigenlijk gewoon, ja, nu is dat omdat ik de oudste ben, maar dat is eigenlijk iets wat ik on a daily basis doe.
Voelen de spelers dat ook die vermoeidheid op een van de wedstrijden? Merk je dat jij daar onder elkaar over bezig ook van ja, we voelen dat eigenlijk, er gaan ook al data zijn die dat allemaal uitwijzen, maar...
Ik zeg je eerlijk, in het begin was het wel vermoeiender dan nu. Ik denk dat nu, omdat we al zeker 2,5 maand, bijna 3 maanden erin zitten, dat die flow erin begint te komen. Dat merk je ook in de groep. Er zit ook veel meer energie in de groep. Ik zie ook een meer levendigere groep. Dus dat beleeft alleen maar voor de toekomst.
Ik zag jou al een paar keer optrekken met de nieuwe doelman, Room. Dat zal ook iemand zijn die jou kan helpen in die...
Sowieso. Ik kende Eloy al een beetje via. En dat is eigenlijk een beetje hetzelfde zoals ik ben voor bijvoorbeeld Kazim of weet ik veel wat. Dat is wat Eloy eigenlijk ook voor mij kan zijn. Een beetje zo'n grote broer, snap je? Dat is eigenlijk, dat is wel plezant.
Jullie zien er een beetje broers uit ook.
Yes.
Alsjeblieft?
Jullie zien er een beetje broers uit.
Nee.